Welcome, everyone, to the second episode of the Nostalgia with Alex Eldridge. Today, I'm being joined by my producer, Aaron. Aaron, how you doing, man?
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Other than this whole eye problem we got going on, making me look like a pirate on the seven seas. But other than that, we're doing okay. I like how my video that's up on YouTube right now, we talked about Snow White, and then a good buddy of mine and yours, Andrew, they did an episode on Snow White. Was that EKU Popgrass?
Yeah, Eastern Popgrass. It's another show, the Progress post. It's about pop culture. Him and Kaylee Farmer.
Yeah, and if you haven't yet, check that one out. I'd say I started the Snow White stuff, though.
You did technically start it, but theirs came out before.
Yeah. Shame on you. That's on you, brother.
That is. Listen, we have a weekly upload schedule, so.
Yeah, it's all good, though.
Theirs comes out on Wednesdays. Mine, movie night, comes out on Thursdays, and then yours comes out on Fridays. So.
And so I haven't seen Snow White yet, so we're going to wait on part 2 for the Disney remakes, because I want to see it. I don't want to see it, but I have to, because I want to be true to my words and, be that person that says, if they're going to talk bad about it, I'm going to go see it. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to tell you I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. And I don't think I will be wrong with this film. I hear that the girl that played Snow White, Rachel Zegler, thank you, did really well. I heard Gail Goddard did not do well.
I saw a clip of her on TikTok about it, and I didn't watch it all. I couldn't.
So here's my thing, and I think I told you this the other day when we talked after class, because me and Aaron, we have a few classes together, and I told him, I said, the only good thing she was really ever in that was good was Fast and the Furious and the first Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 84 was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like it. As an avid DC fan, I did not like
so bad. You can't blame Corona for that. That was just a terrible film. I feel like the issue is they did not cast well, and you could tell from the lineup of actors in this film that they didn't. Nothing against Gail Goddard. I think, in some movies she's great, but this is not one of them. I've seen the clips like Aaron has talked about, so I don't have much hope for this film. But, we're kind of getting off task today. Today we're just winging it. We're just talking about nostalgia. So Sweet 16 is this weekend. Well, last weekend, because the recording times and the air times. Kentucky plays Tennessee.
Play tonight.
That's right. Go Cats first and foremost. Lord, if we don't win this one, I'm going to have a lot of words to eat. But
I'm just happy they made it to the Sweet 16.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's a big deal.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, I know it's supposed to be a nostalgia show, but there will be some times where we just talk just to talk.
Yeah.
Especially right now, because you have a guy that is Kentucky. You don't have somebody that's from a different area and is coming in just to get players in and get into the NBA. This is not what this guy is. Mark Pope is Kentucky through and through, bleeds blue. You can't tell him otherwise. And he was so happy that he got this job. And a lot of people, when he first got it, were saying, oh, he just got it because nobody else wanted it. No. Now, let's be honest here. No one wanted to go in after Cal because they were afraid what was going to happen. And they knew everyone was going to leave with Cal. That's fine and dandy. You all lost last night. So there you go. Now you know how we feel with his terrible time management. But you look at it and you think to yourself, Coach Pope came in, nobody on the roster. Zero, zilch, none. Goes for the transfer portal. All these guys have never played together before. So you're talking, you have 30 days to get a team together. He gets them together, and we're just hoping, let's just try and stay in the top 25 or close to it. Because we don't know what's going to happen. They beat Duke. Duke, who is a very good young team. Beat Duke.
National Player of the Year on their team. Cooper Flagg.
Yes. Beat Duke. And not just beat them. The thing was, they were behind by 7, 8 points with about 6 minutes to go?
Yeah, and then they won by, I think, 5.
Yeah. So you knew that you were watching something special. Yes, there's been the games where they've gotten beat by 20 points, 30 points. But that happens. That happens as a team. You're still trying to get through the learning curves of working together. I know that game with Alabama in the SEC championship was terrible. I get it. We lost by 30 some odd points. But here's the thing. Alabama is a heck of a basketball team. Amazing. They got a great coach. They got a great... they have great things happening there. And did they win last night?
Yeah, they won. They won by a lot, actually.
Well, I mean, when you're 10 for 20 for 3-pointers in the first half.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, they won 113-88.
Holy.
Like, all the other games were somewhat close. Texas Tech beat Arkansas by 2 in overtime. And then Duke won by 7. And Florida was kind of far away. It was 87-71. But
So Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. And, but back to it, it's the fact of you live and you learn. And what Pope has been able to do. And for him not being named Coach of the Year is ridiculous to me. He didn't have a team when he first got here.
You know what's crazy? There could be 5 teams from the SEC in the Elite Eight.
Right? It's gonna happen, isn't it? Because Kentucky and Tennessee are SEC.
Yeah, Alabama and Florida are in. So there's 2.
Yeah, and Texas A&M.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Texas A&M.
And then you have Kentucky.
Oh, A&M's out.
Oh, A&M is out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's guaranteed Alabama, Florida. They've already advanced.
Okay.
Kentucky or Tennessee's going, so there's 3. Ole Miss could beat Michigan State, and then not Michigan, and then Auburn. Auburn's going to win.
That's right.
At
first I thought you said Texas A&M beat Arkansas.
That was Texas Tech.
Oh, okay.
But there could be 5 out of 8, which is crazy, and that means there could be 4.
Jeez.
No, wait, I don't think that's possible. There could be 4 because of the way the bracket's set up.
That's insane. That is just insane. And I appreciate my producer letting me know these scores because last night I was in the hospital, so I missed everything.
I wasn't watching much college basketball. Yesterday was baseball opening day, so I was watching that. Red Sox won, so.
Last I saw in the hospital, my Reds were tied.
I can look that up, too.
At 3.
I think they might have won.
Probably. I'm just glad the Brewers lost the Yankees.
No, they lost.
Oh, of course. Of course we did.
They lost.
Yes.
It's 6-4.
All right, let's hear some claps for that. Yes, we lost.
So my friend Mark sent me this today. It said 2020 Dodgers won 8-1 on opening day, World Series champs. 2021 Braves won 8-1 on opening day, World Series champs. Chicago White Sox win 8-1 on opening day, World Series champs. Maybe, I don't know. White Sox are undefeated this season. They can do it.
Well, a team that won, 45 games last year?
Barely. I don't even think they won that much.
Oh, man. Woo. Jeez. Yeah, thank you. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, goodness. Yeah, right. They haven't won in 20 years, and they won't win another one. But no, so, it's that whole thing, and, I watched a clip today, and this has to do with nostalgia. I watched a clip, Brandon Knight, Sweet 16. I watched that today. I remember watching it with my father, and it was a great game, amazing game. It's one of those games you love to hear about. Came down the wire. Ohio State tied it with 12 seconds left. Crazy finish. Brandon Knight goes down, takes the jump shot, and he was guarded very well. I forget who. I think it was Kraft that was guarding him. But he was very well guarded. He had to get that shot off, and it went right in. And then they gave it to Buford for Ohio State, and he missed it at the front of the rim. One of the greatest games I've ever watched, and it just shows the fight that Kentucky has, that we've always had.
I remember in 2012 when we won. So I went to elementary school with Reed Shepard. He played at UK last year. He's in the NBA now.
Yeah.
Subtle flex, but
yeah. I coached against him because remember I told you I coached at Hunter Hills.
Yeah.
So he
grew up with. I went to school with him. I wasn't the best friends, but I'm just kind of flexing. But the year they won, the entire 2012 team came to my elementary school at Bush. So I vividly remember that. I remember we met a bunch of UK players came, and I wasn't a big sports fan until COVID. That became my hobby, and I fell in love with it. It's I love everything about sports, and so back then I didn't care.
Yeah, he tried to steal my Barry Larkin card the other day.
Yeah, I sent that to my dad, and he's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And so I never really cared, but now I started caring in high school, and I could not imagine my life without it. So I vividly remember seeing Anthony Davis that day when they came to my school.
And let me tell you, people say I hate on Cal a lot, but I will say this. When he was on, man. Coach Cal did some good things here. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I feel like he was here too long. He should have left 3 or 4 years ago. And that's how I feel about that. It's, I'm happy for the 2012, and you can never, ever tell me this wrong. Kentucky Wildcats, believe it was, the 2015 team.
Oh, the undefeated one until Wisconsin?
You cannot tell me that is not the best team to ever play college basketball and not win the national title.
I watched a YouTube video about them the other day, and how I watched best college teams to not win, and they were the number one.
I mean, you cannot tell me, because it's heartbreaking, because a lot of things happened in that game. The shot clock violation that wasn't called, that pretty much that shot put Wisconsin ahead by 3.
Yeah.
It's. I feel like they didn't play their best in that game. I felt they came up a little short. I feel like they thought, it's in the bag. We're going to be 39-0. But, they should have known by the Elite Eight game against Notre Dame that took us to overtime. You should know that nothing is given to you. You have to work to get something. And we fell short. And then we haven't been back since.
I think
10 years.
Yeah. I think, like, at the beginning of Cal's career, he cared more about winning games. But then as it got along, more good players were coming to UK. Like, the talent pool of NBA guards that went to UK is insane. And he cared a lot about the players, which is good, and developing them into becoming the players they are today in the NBA, like Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then you got your bigs, AD, Karl Anthony Towns, Bam Adebayo, Julius Randle. I think.
Hey, we can't forget about Hero either.
Oh, it's Hero. I hate the Miami Heat, so I can't.
That's not their fault. They had
Jimmy Butler.
They beat a bunch of retirees. Sorry, he's a Boston fan. I got to rub this in real quick. How about my Bulls last night? How about my Bulls half-court shot to beat LeBron
Lakers.
James?
Well, the night before, LeBron had a game winner. So I watched that LeBron game winner live, and then I was watching the Goofy movie last night with my girlfriend.
Great movie.
I do.
Great
love the Goofy
movie.
And I got a notification on my phone. It was like, Giddey beats the buzzer from half court, and I went and watched it. And I was like, dang, that's wild. And they were down
It was a crazy 20 seconds.
It was. I watched the whole sequence.
They take the lead. Lakers go down, lay up, and we have no timeouts left.
Yeah.
None. So he just runs up. Aussie, 3. Boom. How's it feel, LeBron, to be in the real King's house?
The real King's house.
The United Center, and realize that you're still number 2.
Hey, I like LeBron. Jordan's my GOAT. But
Well, no. And I want this to. I want to make this clear though before we continue that. I don't dislike LeBron. I don't. My thing is, did Michael Jordan ever say I'm the greatest to ever play the game?
when LeBron came back 3-1 against the Warriors, LeBron's like, I might have a case now. And then Jordan made an entire documentary about how he's the greatest player of all time.
But that was already recorded.
Yeah, the stuff back then was recorded, but after that, he's like, okay, I got to make this now. I got to put myself back on top. I think since then, it's a closer thing than you think. Like, LeBron, all-time leading scorer. He's still going at 40, as good as he's been. Longevity is insane, but...
Well, that's what happens when you take, 10 games off, 12 games off.
I will say, I was talking to my dad. The Lakers played the Celtics like a month ago now, and LeBron injured his groin, and then he was out for 2 weeks. And my dad's like, he's 100% faking because the Lakers went on a stretch where they played 6 games in a week. Like, they went back-to-back and then 1 game off, and then back-to-back and then 1 day off and then another game. So... And he went to his son's high school state championship game.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of the LeBron, Stephen A. debates that are going on right now.
Yeah, so
I don't care that much at all. I'm just tired of seeing about it. I don't care. Also, speaking of the Bulls game last night, I got a notification that the Bulls win. And then I got another one from the NBA app that said, LeBron finished with 17 points and 13 assists. Check out his highlights.
Right? Right? Like... It's insane.
I get it. He's a big cash grab, but he is a generational type player. But
he is. But people always say, "Oh, he's great and everything." Here's my rebuttal to everything about LeBron. Michael Jordan played with the flu. Don't care what anybody says. It wasn't a hangover. play with the flu.
I thought it was food poisoning.
It was the flu. 1. Okay? Kobe Bryant.
Play with a broken hand.
1. Still played. LeBron James. Oh, I got a cold. I can't play tonight.
I don't like load management. I can go on about NBA for hours.
Yeah.
It's my main passion.
I think we're going to have to change the name of this show.
The NBA show?
Which I am okay with. Like I said, I have a nostalgia show. So if we want to name this like nostalgia and other topics, I'm all for it. Because I think it's going well.
With my friend, so I have a friend that has to do a podcast for his final for a class. And he's like, yeah, we'll just do like a 30-minute episode where we talk about the NBA playoffs. He wants to record it in April. So I might do it.
I may be down for that. You let me know when that is.
I'm just saying, you got to go through the champs. So everyone's got to go through the champs.
Oh, here we go.
We won. Put some respect on our name.
Yeah, you beat the Mavs. Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
We beat that Cavalier team that's currently 4.5 games ahead of us in the standings.
I'll tell you, Cleveland's done great.
They have.
I mean,
got to beat us.
It's LeBron put that place in shambles again.
They've really rebuilt since he's left.
And they have. And, they were starting to rebuild when he left the first time. They were starting to click. And then LeBron sends out a tweet, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, he did win a championship for him in, like, the most epic way possible. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but who made the game-winning shot?
Kyrie. But both of them combined for, like, 80-something points. And, well, who got the game-winning block?
But everybody's going to remember who made the game-winning shot.
Yeah, that is true. I think...
Just like in 1998 in Game 6 in Salt Lake City.
Listen, I don't know why I'm defending LeBron. I think he's...
Michael Jordan.
He's top 3. I could go on about this for a while, but...
Yeah. But yeah, I know this is called the Nostalgia Show, but we're probably going to change it, which is all good.
We can keep it the Nostalgia Show. Just go back and forth whatever we want.
This is true. We can do that as well. Because we were going to have our buddy Andrew on, but he was busy. So I want to hear his intake on Snow White. I can't wait to
I'll ask
listen
him.
to that.
I'll ask him next week.
Okay. That way we just sit here and go back and forth with it and just see what we both think. Because he told me in class, if you remember, he was like, when you said, yeah, Alex talked about it, and I said, yeah, I was kind of nice about it. He goes, you should have been mean.
He was mean. They were mean. Like, I chime in a little bit on their show when I'm recording it, but, oh my gosh, they were mean. They talk about everything pop culture, though, so they had a segment for it.
Oh, man. But yeah, so, Chicago played great last night. I mean, I know we're probably out of the playoffs. It is what it is.
You're the 9 seed right now.
I don't count that bull honky play-in games. That
you could technically get in and play in the playoffs.
Yeah, and then get swept in the first round against the number 1 team in the land. I mean, that's the problem. Why are you playing a play-in game just to lose 4 games in a row?
I think it's cool because it means something for these young teams. Like, the East isn't a good example. But the West, you have so many good teams, it allows for them.
Well, let's be honest here. The West has always been better than the East.
There was a time when the East in the 80s was better, but ever since then.
Well, 90s.
Yeah.
Mid-90s East was dominant.
Like Michael Jordan, Bulls, the Knicks, Pacers, Pistons.
In a much different era.
Yeah.
Like, you had to hit somebody to get a foul call. Now, all James has to do is get poked in the eye and lay on the floor for 45 seconds.
That does bother me. They have increased it a little bit over the years, or it's getting better, but
Well, I try to watch NBA now, but there's no defense. What's the point of scoring 125 points a game? Because they told me last year Mavs was the number one defense. Do you know how many points were averaged per game?
it was the Timberwolves with the number one defense.
I thought it was Mavs for a while.
They had it in afterwards once they beat them in the playoffs. But
Yeah, but the average points was 106.5.
well, do you know? So it's because the NBA needs to expand. Because if you go back and look at over the years, like in the '80s, early '80s, before they expanded to Minnesota, Orlando, Miami, all these areas, they were scoring this many points, like with Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
But then they expanded. The teams weren't as deep. Like players, I feel now are more talented, not better overall, but like they're more versatile. Is what I'm saying. Like
Well,
your bigs can shoot now.
Yeah, well, and also you heard that Oklahoma gave Seattle the Supersonic name back.
Yeah, they're gonna let them
They're
have their
thinking
history
about
back.
they're thinking about having another Supersonics team, which I'm all for. I say you have Ray Allen be the general manager of that team.
I think they're gonna. So they're expanding into two teams because they got to make the conferences even. So if they add one in Seattle and one in Las Vegas, that means one team from the West has got to come over.
Why not one team in Lexington?
Play in Rupp. There was a few years ago during COVID when Toronto couldn't play in Toronto because of COVID laws. They were going to play in Louisville,
I heard about that.
but they ended up in Tampa Bay. So
But like I'm all for an NBA team being here. The history of basketball in this state.
true.
Why don't we have a professional?
We had an
basketball
ABA team before they merged with the NBA. We were the Kentucky Colonels.
Yeah, and then you had Cincinnati's team that became the Royals. Now they're the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
But you got to do a lot of work up in Cincinnati to have a pro team up there, especially that arena they have. It's old, hasn't been updated, just bad all the way around.
My theory is Seattle's going to get another team, and then Las Vegas will get one because they have their new. They already have a WNBA. They're getting the A's. They have the Raiders now, so they'll get one, and either the Grizzlies, Pelicans, or Timberwolves will move over to the East. I'm thinking it'll most likely be the Grizzlies, but the Timberwolves have to travel the farthest for their division. Like they have Denver and Portland and OKC and Utah, and they're the farthest away from them, but Memphis is farther east. So,
but let's give credit to. I know you said Detroit. Let's give credit to Detroit.
yeah.
I mean, they played really well this year. A lot better than last year.
Last year, I went to Boston over Christmas, and we went and saw a Celtics-Pistons game. The Pistons were up 23 going into the half, and we came back and won. But I was silent. And they were on a 29-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were like 2-31 or something.
Yeah, you remember when the Cavs went on a 24-game losing streak that the year after LeBron?
Yeah.
But it's a good time right now. You have NBA, you have the MLB right now. You got the
College
Rocks
basketball.
Yeah, you got the Rocks football, but nobody watches it. Nothing against you, Rock. You're the final boss, and we all love you. But that league's terrible. But you have college basketball going on right now. You got, like you said, NBA, MLB.
Masters is coming up.
Again, you got the NBA, MLB. We don't talk about that.
I love the Masters.
Yeah.
And then NFL draft is coming up soon.
Yes.
Patriots will take Travis Hunter. Come back. We just signed Stephon Diggs. Listen, I'll just say I didn't become a Patriots fan until this year.
Hey, let me tell you something. There's a team you got to watch out for.
The Flock.
The Flock.
I thought you said you were a Ravens fan the other day.
Oh! Whoa!
Didn't you say you were a Ravens fan the other day?
Those are fighting words, brother. I am not a dirty Ratbird fan. First and foremost, I am this team right here. You can't see it out there, but it's a B, and it stands for the
Boston.
Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, please. Let me tell you, you sign Higgins, you sign Chase, and Burrow takes a cut. Then you sign Hendrickson back. You got the linebacker from the Eagles. I mean, you can't sit there and tell me there's not a shot now. We're back, baby. And I'm excited.
See how that O-line does.
Did you see who we signed yesterday?
No, who'd you sign?
I can't remember his name.
We signed Stephon Diggs, so I'm just happy Drake May has a weapon.
Yeah. Congratulations, you got Diggs. We had a meeting with an Ohio State player today.
Oh.
He came down, defensive player, I believe. Oh, I forget his name. But he's like, it's a short trip. So you already know. If he's talking about a short trip.
Might go to Cleveland.
Why would someone want to go to Cleveland?
That's true. My aunt's a Cleveland fan, so.
Tell her I'm sorry.
Well, my aunt and my uncle, not the one she's married to, but the other uncle, they're Bengals and Browns fans, so they argue.
Yeah, my sister's a Browns fan. They go every year. They go to Paul Brown every year for a game.
That's fine.
And
I've been to Brown Stadium.
I haven't, and I don't plan to.
I was about 5.
I don't want to go to a giant toilet bowl.
I went there. We saw them play the Giants, so Eli Manning played. I did not care. I remember having giant defense signs. So we had a D and a fence. I remember that. But I don't know. I like Joe Burrow. I like Lamar Jackson. I don't think the Ravens will win. I think the best team in the AFC right now is the Bills, but
they can't win.
Almighty Mahomes.
Yeah. Mr. cries to the referees every time he falls to the ground. Let's be honest here. Look, I respect Mahomes and what he's done. It's amazing. It's great. But for the love of Pete, yes, I'm yelling and I'm sorry. I'll back up. For the love of Pete, can we stop with the Taylor Swift cameos? We're there to watch a football game. We're not there to watch a girl sing, "We are never getting back together ever, ever." We're here to watch football. We're not here to watch Taylor Swift every 15 seconds going to her in a press box.
They've cut back a little bit. When she first started, they were there a lot.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Like they only showed her like once or twice during the Super Bowl.
And she got booed.
She did get booed.
It was great. And I saw her, what she said to the person next to her. She goes, "Why are they booing me?" "Because we don't like you. We like your music, but we're tired of seeing you on our television screens. We're here to watch football." And last year, it was just, I disliked it so much. Every 5-10 seconds, it was her. Just like, dude, we get it. She's a celebrity. She's here. Who cares? She's here to watch a game. Let's watch the game. Stop going to her. By the way, Travis Kelce, staying or retiring?
He's got to come back for one more. He can't end on an embarrassing Super Bowl loss.
Dude, he looked terrible.
The entire team looked terrible.
Well, here's the thing. And I told my buddy this is a diehard Chiefs fan. I said, they're the most luckiest team.
Yeah, this year they were.
This year because...
Yeah, they're black magic.
I mean, they should have lost at least 8 games. They got lucky, and I said, once you hit the Super Bowl, you're done. It's over. He's like, "No, we're not. We're going to win it all. We're going to beat Eagles again." Next thing you know, it's 24-0. He's texting me. He's like, "We're going to lose. This is ridiculous." And then they score. "We're coming back." It's like, dude, make up your mind. You're going to lose or you're going to win.
Hey, today's 328 day. 28-3. Come back. It's today.
God.
Listen, I became a fan after Tom Brady was gone, so all I know is pain. But I will respect the past. I didn't bandwagon.
28 to, gosh, I remember watching that. Oh, that was tough to watch.
I remember watching it. I watched up to the third quarter, and I turned it off. I was like, "There's no way." And then I went to school the next day, and they were like, "Did you see it?" And I was like, "What?" They're like, "Patriots won." I was like, "What?"
28 to 3. Good night.
There's this guy in high school that was a Patriots fan, and I would make fun of him, and now I text him about the Patriots. So,
you know, and it's, and I love that we can come on here, we just talk whatever. It's nice. And so you said you watched a few minutes ago. You said you watched a Goofy movie.
yeah.
Question: when you watched the movie, did you sing "Eye to Eye"?
I did. I love Powerline. Eye to Eye and Stand Out. I love them both. I have them on my phone.
Yes.
It was my girlfriend's first time ever watching it. And
What?
I talk about it all the time. Like, I quote it.
It's like, that movie's 30 years old, bro.
This year. Like, they're making it. The documentary comes out in about a week about it.
On Disney Plus? I gotta get Disney Plus back.
I love the Goofy movie and the Extremely Goofy movie. But, so, like, I'm a film major, so I know a lot about movies.
Yes.
And so,
Me and you both.
and so she's showing me a bunch of stuff she loves. And it's my turn, so I'm showing her all these things. She watched Baby Driver for the first time the other day. Me and John Bingham reviewed that on our podcast.
Oh my gosh, I've not seen that in a
It's
while.
great. And then we're watching Lego Ninjago right now because she loves Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'd never seen it. And I've watched it all now, and so it's my turn. And
Oh, it's so good.
watched the Goofy movie last night. She's got me hooked on Daredevil. I didn't watch it when when it came out.
I've watched a few episodes, so I know of it.
I liked it, and then
The movie, not so much.
yeah, the movie not good.
No.
But it was. I like it, and I'm just showing her all my stuff that I like. So
Well, that's good. I mean, what you need to watch, though, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
she loves Courage. And she loves Chowder.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Listen, when I was a kid, I would watch, like, it was back to back to back. It went Powerpuff Girls, Duck Dodgers, Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory.
Hoo-ha!
I would watch all those every night. And then
Dexter was great, man.
I would watch Hey Arnold from about 4th to 8th grade. It came on from like 10 to 11 on Nick at Night.
Yeah.
And so I'd watch, and then Full House came on after.
Oh my gosh. So, Nick at Night for me was, because I'm, a lot older. Nick at Night for me was I Love Lucy
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then 9 o'clock was The Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Then from 10 to 4 a.m., well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? I loved that show. I taped that. I fell asleep. I hit record on the VHS. Yes, VHS. That's how old I am. I hit record on it, and I wake up, and I got from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. just Different Strokes episodes.
We watched Full House for an hour, and then Fresh Prince, and then
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
and then George Lopez show. I would wake up to the George Lopez theme
Friends.
frequently,
Oh, damn.
but
Yeah, that show was okay. But yeah, man, like, it was a different beast back then, though, man. Like,
I wonder what's on Nick at Night nowadays.
Friends.
Oh, well, that's still good. I like Friends.
And now Big Bang Theory.
Whoa, that's weird. I watched The Big Bang Theory when it was live. Since like
Yes.
season 3 to the end.
Yes.
My family loves Big Bang Theory.
So I didn't watch it at first. I was a little skeptical on it, but I purchased the first 4 seasons because they were on season 5 when I started watching it. And I watched all 4 seasons within 6 days. And I was like, holy crap, this is actually really good. It's funny. And it's my kind of humor. So I watched that. Sheldon's still one of the weirdest characters I've ever seen in my life. But it worked. And young Sheldon was great. Please tell me you watched that.
Young Sheldon? I've
Yes.
seen all of Young Sheldon.
Okay.
I saw
great.
it on Facebook Reels with my grandma. And
I saw it on
started wa-
Facebook Reels. I didn't start watching till season 5.
I watched when the first episode came out, and then we stopped. And then, like last year, my grandma got hooked on it, and so I watched it with her. And then I finished it last semester.
Dude, those last 2 episodes, gut-wrenching me.
My mom cried.
Like, it's one of those things that either hit or miss in the cinema world. And we both know this. We're film majors. We know when something hits and something doesn't. That hit you. Because their emotions came off the screen. And that's what I love about movies and TV shows that can do that. There's very few that can. And Young Sheldon's one of them. I loved how they went to Georgie and Mandy. Great show. I like it. I think it's very well done. But, it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, where do we go to from here? Because now they're talking about making a Stewart spinoff.
Oh, yeah, from Big Bang.
So, I love how they're doing this. I love how they're keeping Big Bang alive. Now, I love it. I think it's great. And I love how Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory you could intertwine new shows with it and have it be new and not recycled. That's what I love about it. There was Girl Meets World. We don't talk about it. Raven's Home. We don't talk about it. For many reasons. But, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But, I am a huge fan of all that. I think.
Are you saying all that as in what we're talking about, or the TV show all that?
Oh, we can say both.
I love all that.
Yeah. I love it. But now that I know what happened behind closed doors,
Yeah.
I don't love it anymore.
I watched that doc.
Yeah. That was a little rough. But, it is what it is. He's not working for them anymore. So, they let him go. Huge fan of, Degrassi from back then. You ever seen Degrassi?
Yeah.
The Next Generation's a lot better than the other one. But Radio Free Roscoe, all that stuff. I watched all of it. I'm old. But, this episode's gone on a long time. I can tell my producer, he's just like, come on, man. We got to go.
It's about over double the last one. So, I'm having fun. That's not bothering me.
It's like we said, we were going to have fun with this one, and I think we have.
I'm thinking I'll title this one The Big Basketball Theory.
Yes, let's do it. All right, Big Basketball Theory. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex Eldridge of the Nostalgia Show with my producer, Aaron. And also, don't forget, we have other shows on here as well. Aaron, would you like to name those off for me, please?
So, there is Maroon Sports Talk. There is another nostalgia show called Nostalgia A to Z. And then there's Movie Night with me. And then another one called Eastern Popgrass, which is all pop culture today and old.
Watch that one. Watch it. Actually, watch them all.
And they just came out. The Popgrass came out on Wednesday. Mine came out yesterday.
And mine will be out 7 days from now.
Alex's first episode came out today. the day of
Woohoo!
recording. So, and then I think Maroon Sports Talk comes out on Tuesdays. I don't know when the other Nostalgia Show comes out.
But, you know, we truly appreciate you all listening to everything that Eastern Progress Broadcasting has to offer. Like, subscribe, comment, favorite, spread the word about us. We'll see you all next time. Peace.
Thank you.